All right, let's take our monitors back to the U.S. Though still a threat, winds continue to weaken today in Southern California, giving crews another opening to fight the deadly wildfires burning in Los Angeles County. Day by day, we're seeing some evacuation orders get lifted in affected areas, even as tens of thousands still wait to go home. Now there are new worries: the air quality and safety for those returning to their homes. The LA County Sheriff Robert Luna this morning emphasized the importance of residents staying out of these areas or face serious consequences. Take a listen.
For the LA County Sheriff's area, our total is at 47. We have 36 at the Eaton incident and 11 at the Palisades incident. Palisades increased by several. Last night, 3. 36, or I'm sorry, Eaton did not increase. The arrests that we continue to see, and I want to just a point of clarification for our community members. One is I talk about curfew, which takes place from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. There is another penal code that we use during the day, because if you are not supposed to be in an evacuation order area, and a law enforcement officer, deputy sheriff, CHP officer, LAPD, whoever it is, tells you to leave and you refuse to leave, you are subject to arrest during the day as well. I just want to clarify that, again, if you do not have any legitimate business, day or night, do not go. You are subject to arrest. Regarding search and rescue operations, my other partners that have come before me, I think we're making it pretty clear that there are multiple reasons why we cannot let people in yet. Yes, we're trying to work towards that. I'm going to say it's probably at least a week out. You've heard that already. Our search and rescue operations continue in both the Eaton and Palisades area. Searches are continuing, and we still have a variety of work and structures to go through. But even as we're going through some of these grids, there are areas that we are holding because we believe there may be deceased victims there. We have to hold for the right time and the right resources to process the scene correctly, and that's going to take a little while. Please be patient with us. We know people want to get back into their neighborhoods, but we're talking about people who have passed, and that's not always a good thing to talk about. In regards to deaths, unfortunately...
All right, let's go now to CBS News correspondent Elise Preston there in Altadena, close to the Eaton fire. Elise, you know, I noticed you're wearing a mask there. Even for those who are able to go back to their home and they don't have major damage, they're still going to have to wait to go back to their homes. And the big reason for that is the toxic chemicals and smoke in the air. You're in Altadena, where this is a big issue. Can you tell us a little bit about what you are experiencing and what you're seeing?
Well, it's heavy, it's lingering, we're coughing a lot, we're drinking a lot of water, which I feel like adds a little bit of a relief. But I also want to go back to what officials are saying. They're also not clearing these areas because they're still sifting through this rubble, looking for people who have passed. Liz, we know that more than 24 people have passed in these fires. The Eaton fire is seeing the largest amount of victims who have been killed in the fires. And so we have seen crews going throughout the area. It's a very somber tone. Those crews that are looking for people in the rubble, they're all volunteers, which I think is incredible. They are trying to find people. They're trying to reunite families. We've spoken to some families, you know, and they just want answers as to what happened to their loved ones. Should they still be looking elsewhere? Should they be holding out hope? Maybe their person, you know, escaped and they are safe. They just haven't been able to contact them. That's what some of the relatives are asking. So I think it's incredible that these volunteers who are working so hard to try to get these missing families some answers. They're volunteers, and I can't even imagine, you know, what they're going through, what they're seeing as they're trying to answer those questions.
Yes, that's an amazing point there, Elise, when you think about the task of going through that rubble. And it's heartbreaking. It's also very tedious. And in many cases, unfortunately, you have to make that call that they discovered that an individual's loved one who didn't make it out of that fire. I want to pivot here for a moment because as people start to return to their homes, some of them were able to return to their homes and sort of think about rebuilding. Multiple lawsuits are already coming out against some power companies. Now, we're still working to find out the causes of these fires, but can you break down those lawsuits against the power companies?
Yeah, so the plaintiffs in the lawsuits allege that the power companies did not do enough when it comes to public safety. And so they're going after the power companies, saying that, A, you didn't clear the brush around your lines. They're saying that they didn't cut the lines soon enough, and that they didn't necessarily take into account all of the factors that were going in. And so as a result of those actions, these plaintiffs are saying that the power companies are to blame, regardless of all these other elements. They acknowledge that the wind was unprecedented, but we've gotten messages from those power companies, SCE, so Southern California Edison. We spoke with them, and they're saying, number one, we haven't even been able to get to our transmission lines because it's not safe. As you know, a lot of this area is still cordoned off. So they said that they haven't been able to get to their transmission lines to see what exactly happened. But from what their data, from what they've been able to see from satellite images, they're saying that there weren't any anomalies in the wire and in the transmission of the wire the night that these fires erupted last Tuesday. And then the fire companies are also saying that they have done everything by the book, by these fire mitigation plans that are updated every year based on California state law and their procedures. So the utility companies are saying that to their knowledge, they've done everything, but they also cannot answer that question for certain until they're able to actually examine their transmission lines and see what happened.
All right, there's a lot of investigations that are unfolding right now. All right, CBS News correspondent Elise Preston in Altadena for us. Thank you so much, Elise. All right, let's bring in Jess now, and she talked a little bit about the winds that were playing into the spread of these fires and the massive destruction there. And fire crews were dealing with it yesterday, but it sounds like hopefully those very dangerous conditions are winding down a little bit.
Significantly. I mean, you take a look at the winds just yesterday where we were still forecasting up to around 50, 60 mile per hour winds, widespread throughout those hills and those mountains. Now it's really starting to isolate itself as these Santa Ana winds start to die down. This is the chapter turn as we head into the next couple of days. We're going to continue to see lighter winds, higher relative humidity. That's just all great news across the board, but there are still some red flag warnings issued for the San Gabriel Mountains, or at least the western ones, all the way over into the Santa Monica Mountains. We're starting to see a lot more improvement. We zoom into these communities, and these local areas could still see up to around 40, 50 mile per hour wind gust, but this only lasts until around 3 o'clock. The time now over in California is 9:26. We're going to continue to watch this improve into the overnight hours tonight, and then we're actually going to get some Pacific breeze once again. Now, the California coastline, they're used to getting that nice Pacific breeze, allowing for higher relative humidity, and it's usually relatively light when it comes to those wind gusts. They're going to get that into the overnight hours tonight, with gusts dying down anywhere up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour into our Friday forecast heading into Sunday too, or Saturday and Sunday too. Now that's going to help a lot when it comes to the containment of these fires, but another key ingredient for why the National Weather Service issues these red flag warnings has to do with relative humidity. And as we head into the overnight hours tonight, we finally get that good overnight recovery process that we're used to. We'll watch it jump up to around 75% in the same communities that have experienced about 5% just earlier this week. So our fire weather outlook for the time being still shows an elevated risk, but it's starting to isolate itself just over this region compared to earlier this week where it stretched all the way down into the border of Mexico. So we'll have more on that in a bit, but for now, over to you, Liz.
Jess, thank you.